Whiskers and Mittens Reunited Part 2. Now alone, Whiskers felt a deep sense of loneliness in the alley. His playful nature subdued, he spent his days reminiscing about the times he and Mittens would explore together. He often sat in the spot where they used to play, his green eyes reflecting his longing and sadness. One breezy afternoon, as Whiskers was curled up in a discarded box, a young couple named Mr. and Mrs. Johnson happened to walk by. They were a cheerful and kind-hearted pair, always looking for ways to bring joy into their lives. Mrs. Johnson, with her long, wavy brown hair and gentle smile, immediately noticed the lonely kitten. Mr. Johnson, with his short blonde hair and friendly demeanour, carried a wicker basket filled with treats for the stray animals they often encountered. Mrs. Johnson crouched down and extended her hand towards Whiskers, offering him a small piece of chicken from their basket. Whiskers hesitated at first, his green eyes wide with caution. But the kind and gentle presence of the Johnsons soon put him at ease. He took a tentative step forward, sniffing the air, and then gently took the treat from Mrs. Johnson's hand. "He's a brave little one, isn't he?" Mr. Johnson remarked, his voice filled with admiration. Mrs. Johnson nodded, her smile widening as she gently stroked Whiskers' soft fur. "He's perfect," she whispered. Feeling the warmth of their touch and the kindness in their voices, Whiskers purred softly. He rubbed against Mrs. Johnson's hand, sensing that he had found people who would love and care for him. After spending some time playing with Whiskers and earning his trust, the Johnsons decided to take him home. They carefully placed him in a soft, cozy blanket inside their wicker basket, making sure he felt safe and comfortable. As they walked out of the alley, Whiskers peered over the edge of the basket, watching his surroundings change from the familiar sights of the alley to the bustling city streets, and finally to the serene countryside. The Johnsons' cozy cottage was surrounded by lush greenery and colourful flowers, a stark contrast to the urban alley Whiskers had known. As they arrived home, Mr. Johnson gently lifted Whiskers from the basket and set him down on the soft grass of their garden. Whiskers, filled with excitement and curiosity, began to explore his new surroundings. He chased butterflies, climbed trees, and revelled in the freedom and beauty of the countryside. Whiskers quickly adapted to his new life, his days filled with adventure and joy. Though he missed Mittens, the bond he formed with the Johnsons gave him a sense of belonging and happiness. He knew he had found a family that would cherish him forever.